What up, Dylan? Welcome back to another brand spanking new episode of The Order of the Blazing Horse, the only Detroit Pistons podcast based on a mystical prophecy. I am one of those prophets touched by a horse in an appropriate, very consensual, very ethereal third world. That's not
third eye
kind of way. Third world. What am I talking about? America?
No. Yeah.
Fuck dice. I'll say it up top.
Say it.
Get it out there. Joined as always, I'm Harry Morrows. Should have said that out here. Joined as always by my co-host with the most, my co-prof, who the boss?
Mickey Jacobs. Harry, my juice levels are peaked. So blessed by your unbelievable intro, and shout out the brilliant Doug Lust for writing, composing, performing an original tune.
Doug Lust. I'll tell you what, I've got the lust for the Doug beats. They are fierce, really nice.
Yeah.
Richard DM for it. Welcome to the show.
Nay, my guy.
Nay, indeed. Yay, nay. We're all about the nays out here. And we got a good episode coming up on this show. It's just me and Mickey. But when it's just me and Mickey, you know we have so much fun. Mickey,
sure do.
How you been, dude? What you been doing?
I've been okay. Bowling game took a little dip. But the Pistons have been hot.
The opposite of a dip.
Yeah, they've been streaking in a good way. 4 games in a row. First of all, I'm sorry. How are you doing?
Oh, dude, I'm doing great. Like you said, the Pistons winning games. Weather ain't so great out here. We're in the negatives. I've got extra heaters for my birds. I have chickens. If you don't know, I had to get some panel heaters for the coop because it's hitting negative double digits this week. I think the day after tomorrow. Not really looking forward to that. But outside of that, doing pretty good. Rocking the Burberry. Woo. The Burberry tee. What you know about accidentally buying Burberry at the thrift store? Getting your thrift price up way more than you expected it to be, but coming away with it anyway?
I'm going to call it a happy accident. I'm going to say it looks good.
I'm going to call it that Hannah was not too happy about this accident. But thank you very much. I do think it looks good. I'm getting into my polo era at this. I was always anti-polo. I was never popping my collar, even though some people since before they can remember they've been popping the collar. But let's get back to the Pistons on this heater, since last we talked. Since last we had Bryce Simon of Motor City Hoops and Pistons Pulse on this podcast. 4 straight, a tight one against Phoenix where they looked clunky and still won, right?
Sans book. There was no book. Closed the book on that one.
There was some Allen out there, though. He was,
oh my God,
shredding. I think he took 20 3-pointers in that game, which is crazy. Who's he think he is? Ann Edwards?
I mean, he looked like him. A little different. They don't exactly look alike, but he went 7 for 20 from deep.
That's wild.
Little 33 piece. Sheesh.
Good game. After that, Indiana Pacers only managed to put up 78 points against the Pistons. That Indiana Pacers team, they ain't trying to win.
They ain't trying to win. You got smacked. That was not nice. What happened?
No, man. I got to say, Johnny Furphy, who I loved in the draft, he was looking like somebody gave Murphy an F. That's the Furphy in that game. He struggled, but I'm excited about him nonetheless. I think it'll be fun. They do have some fun young guys on that team, but like, I don't understand. We've talked about this. I don't really understand why they're as bad as they are. I know they lost Tyrese, but they still have Pascal Siakam. They still have Nembhard. They still have McConnell. They still have Nesmith. They still have Math. I know they missed some games, but like Pistons starters have all missed games too. What's the deal, Mickey?
I mean, I think they're tanking. I think they're absolutely tanking. I'm not saying Ben Math hasn't been hurt, but you just see what the Celtics are doing, which we'll get to in a minute. And I feel like both of these teams, you still have Pascal Siakam, who is, debatably their best player,
debatably an all-star.
Yeah. Even though Reese was definitely the motor of their offense, like I fully expected Nembhard to pop off and just have like a crazy career year. Ben Math, whether you think he's a great all-around player or not, he's a bucket. He can score. And he was scoring before he got hurt earlier in the season. And then things kind of tapered off. But I feel like they are really going for that draft pick.
Oh, yeah.
And, supporting a team that was very bad for many years and just kept getting the 5th pick. I really hope they don't get rewarded for that.
I'm right there with you. Shout out to Megan Gailey, friend of the show, great person, awesome comedian. If you haven't checked out any of Megan's stuff, please go do it. she was a former guest on the show, like I said, and she got a podcast. I think it's called like Sports Bitches, if I remember right. So funny. It really is funny. It's her, Sarah Tiana, and Rachel Bonetta. And, I think that I got those names right, but I know Megan Gailey's on it for sure. And it's a great show. But I also hope that you end up with like the 8th pick or something, because this tanking stuff fucking sucks. I mean, granted, it's going to be 5th because they're
going to be the worst. Yeah.
Yeah. So after the Pacers, as you alluded to, that national showcase game on MLK Day against the Boston Celtics, 2 of the best two-way players in the game, 2 of the best players in the game going at each other. And dude, did they put on a show or what? Talk to me, baby.
They were peacocking on Peacock, man. It was so fun. It was a true duel, and Cade has had wrist problems. He's coming back from injury, has had scoring woes, but he's got passing prowess. He's 14 assists to 0 turnover. Come on.
Wild.
Come on. That is a guy who just knows how to use his gravity, knows how to set everybody up, make amazing reads, play killer defense. I think he had 3+ stocks. Just incredible. Just so cool that I feel like Cade has had a couple stinkers coming back from this wrist injury in the scoring department. He's still getting doubles on the reg. Like when shitty games are doubles, it's pretty amazing.
It's crazy. It showcases why he's an all-star starter. Shout out to him, first all-star starter for the Pistons since Allen Iverson, which is funny. But you know, Allen Iverson maybe getting the Luka Doncic treatment out there. Name rec, pump you up. But what was so great about that is even with the injury, like you said, even with the double, he's still hitting buckets at the end to keep your game moving forward, right? Yeah. And like he's clearly injured on that wrist. It's on his shooting hand. So he's got that. He's got the hip contusion, came bad on the hip, and it's just like this dude rocks. This dude probably a first team All-NBAer. There's talk of him being like top 3 MVP guy right now. Shout out to Cade. Shout out to Jaylen Brown too. Man, Jaylen Brown is a fucking baller, dude. Some of the buckets he was hitting were crazy. Even with pretty good defense played against him, it's nuts what he can put in the basket. And final shout out in that game, we got to give a shout out to Tobias Harris, dude.
Unbelievable game. Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable. Some might say, like, quite the back down. I heard on Piston Jack's podcast that Tobias's post up percentage is the 96th percentile. That's insane. That is insane, man.
Yeah. I believe that too, because just everything stops. He gets in his back down and just rarely misses. It's pretty incredible. Also, I want to shout out for Duncan Robinson was fantastic in that game. And I'm really psyched that Duren had a big game against the Celtics because they don't really have a strong front court this season as of yet. We'll see what happens at the deadline. But he just for whatever reason didn't have huge games against them in some of the previous games. He struggled. I don't know if it's just they make it life hard for big men with their active hands and just packing the paint, but he showed out in a major way.
I want to say that I felt that way about Boston. I know people keep saying they have like a terrible front court, and I don't think they have a terribly deep front court. I want to agree with that, but I want to give Neemias Queta his props because he is good. Like he's flat out good. His defense is solid. His offense is solid. I don't care that he wasn't great last year. Watching him play every game we've watched him play, I've been like, he's active hands. He's in the right place. He's getting these big buckets. He's getting good stops. Shout out that dude. Like
in 24 minutes, guy is averaging 10.5 points, 8 and change rebounds, a dime, and over 2 stocks.
That's like Duren last year. That's like Duren's numbers last year. So yeah. Don't tell me that it's bad.
Well, no. And I mean, like, you got to credit the culture. Like as much as I hate to compliment the Boston Celtics on they clearly have that championship pedigree.
Yeah.
For them to do what they're doing this season without Jason Tatum for now is pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm. Regarding the Jason Tatum thing too, I wouldn't expect him to come back and be great. Just considering every player we've seen come back from injury in recent history, Jaden Ivey, Jalen Williams, right? Like, I don't even know who else like I can like bring up, but like you watch these guys come back from these injuries now, it's taking time because the pace of the game is so fast. Like, yeah, the product on the court has gotten better. And that means when you get injured, it's harder to come back. and be like crazy effective. So I do think he'll help and come back, but it's not like he's going to be Jason Tatum coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but just imagine how much, even just the gravity of him, that he commands, and Cade, like when he was hurt, just still knows how to set up his other guys, and that's guys like Derek White, who hasn't been the most efficient this season, feasts on all the gravity that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum command. He's just wide open and he can knock it down. Richard DM for it points out that Boston has developed those guys. Garza looked good. Yeah. Walsh.
Hugo?
Minot, Gonzalez. Yeah. It's just every guy is a guy over there. It reminds me of, how people have talked about Heat culture. It's just they keep finding and developing, and there's a real next man up mentality. And when you see what Danis has done, what Javonte Green has done, it's like, all right, I think we're a little like that too.
Yeah, I think culture is very important in sports, at least nowadays. Maybe it's always been, I don't know, but like the teams that seem to have a team culture as amalgous, is that the right word I'm even looking for? But like as vague as that whole thing is, it matters. It seems to matter a lot. I mean, look what's happened to Pistons since JB's taken over this team, since Trajan's taken over this team. It means a ton. And then let's just transition into our game yesterday against New Orleans Pelicans, where they took them down. No Cade, no problem. It wasn't really a competitive game. It was a pretty sloppy game. Pistons had like 18 turnovers in it, and it was still theirs like the whole way. And we got the showcase of the guy that we've just been gleeking about getting over on this team, Trey Murphy III, Mighty Murphin, Pow Trey Ranger, or whatever I called him. You had a great Trey Murphy nickname yourself, right?
Did I?
Yeah.
Was it? I don't remember. What was it?
I called him Thrice Trey.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You had a better one.
3 times a Murphy.
Three times a Murphy. I love that.
Once, twice, 3 times a Murphy. Yeah.
We got the nicknames for him if he comes through here. So
yeah, we were ready, and that's clearly going to stick because it's so catchy.
Richard, contrast that culture with the Knicks culture. Yeah, you could say they're going through something right now. Granted, 54-point victory, holding the Nets to 66 points. Yesterday, so I saw the Hornets scored 87. I was like, oh, that sucks. And then the Knicks scored 21 points less than that against the Knicks. Like, I don't know if tanking is a problem or not. Like, who knows? It might be like a kind of an unsolvable problem in general, but like some of these teams just get worked, dude. Not that the Pelicans are trying to tank; they're trying to win some games here, but it didn't happen yesterday. And Pistons are on this 4-game winning streak. They have won, looks like 7 of their last 8, all but 2 in January. Mickey, do you know off the top of your head what the Pistons' defensive rating in the month of January is?
Oh God, isn't it like 90?
It's 99.8.
90, yeah.
That's crazy.
Because like 110 is very good. I'm not a huge defensive rating head.
So like a lot of podcasts nationally and just like broadcasters, everyone's talking about the defensive ratings over the season for teams right now, because it used to be that the Oklahoma City Thunder were dominating. It was just them and everybody else. Now it's OKC at 105, Pistons 108, San Antonio 111, and then everyone's kind of hovering around after that. So the Pistons are actually, I believe, closer to Oklahoma City than they are to the rest of the league, which is great. Pistons since December have had the number 1 defense in the NBA, which is great. Pistons are playing like arguably the best team in the NBA. And the reason that I say that is because people complain nonstop about the Pistons have like a terrible offense. Like I believe recently they've been around the 26th offensive rating over this year, and like since December or whatever, it hasn't been good. Guess what? They're still winning all the games. Oklahoma City is not winning all the games, right?
Yeah.
They're getting a few more losses. So it's pretty close. I mean, the difference between Oklahoma City and the next team in the West is 6 games. Detroit, the next game in the East, 5.5 games. Like, is it time that I can finally officially call Oklahoma City Detroit West? Can I bring that to the pod?
Speak it. Why not?
They're still very good. I don't want to say that they're not very good, but this thought that like the East is up for grabs and the West is decidedly Oklahoma City's, it's like they're exactly the same. Everything's exactly the same. And if anything, Detroit is trending in a more positive direction than Oklahoma City is at this point. Neither team's a great 3-point shooting team. Both teams have questions about like their second scoring situation because Jalen Williams hasn't been very good.
J-Dub's been struggling. Yeah, he's coming back from injury. He's got was it a wrist thing?
Yeah.
It is a wrist thing, yeah.
And like we still don't know what the deal with that is on our team, right? We both have a point guard MVP candidates, Shea versus Cade. They're both the best defenses in the league. They're both young. They're both deep as hell. What's the difference? Is it just playoff experience at this point?
Yeah, I will say, just like me trying to be as unhomer and objective as I can, I do think that we lean more into our defense, like pure defense, and they have some two-way guys who can score it better. Guys like AJ Mitchell, I think he can, but I mean, we have Danis Jenkins. Like,
yeah, Danis, baby.
Yeah, Danis.
We both have to issue the apology to Danis Jenkins. I kept hearing on the broadcast lately, I was like, "They saying Danis?"
I deign to apologize to Danis. I am so sorry.
There was like a whole hubbub about this in the beginning when he started playing. Everyone's like, "It's Danis, it's Danis." Then it was a few broadcasts ago. I heard George talking about how he walked with Danis and his family, and I was like, if he was walking with he knows his fucking name for sure.
Yeah.
So I gotta say it. Then Greg started saying it, and Smooth Johnny started saying it too. So Special K, George, and Smooth Johnny are all saying Danis. I'm gonna do the same as my friend.
Thanks for setting us straight.
Yeah, no props. But as you were, like, they got AJ, we got Danis.
Yeah. I just think they have. I would have to run the numbers on this, but I do think their 3-point percentage is probably better than us. I would imagine their overall from the field percentage is better. I gotta believe their free throws are better, but I mean, like, we're getting there.
Yeah. We're on the move. Mark Carey, welcome to the show. Broadcast talked about it after he had his jersey retired at his high school. His mom corrected them. Okay, thank you, Mark, for clearing that up. I'm happy that we've all been corrected here. I'm sorry we've been so late to the show, especially when we've been so Jenkins pilled. Mickey, you even dubbed him
the Jankyard Dog, baby.
Jankyard Dog.
From it goes from DNPs to PG1s when Cade's out. I love seeing Danis hoop, and I know the fan base is not super high on Karras at the moment. Karras was sick, and Danis got the starting nod, and he looked good in those minutes, man. Turned the ball over a little bit, but I think four stocks, pretty good from the field. Just setting things up without Cade.
Yeah, man. He is a true backup point guard. I think it's established. He's the second best guard on this team.
It's established, except, he didn't play against the Celtics. So, it's still we're figuring it out. We'll see how things look a little into February.
So, like, I have thoughts on why he didn't play in that. One thought here is we keep lamenting over how deep this rotation is and how they have too many guys to play. And you can't play them all every night, right? One of the ideas that we pitched, and I think it's been pitched in other platforms as well. But this idea of, like, if you can have this deep rotation, have some guys play some nights, have some guys play other nights, have these guys play other nights, right? Like, it's like a cycle. So that day it just happened to be we're going to get a lot more Ivy and Karras. And then Karras was injured and Cade was injured. So great. Now you have Sasser and Danis taking over in that realm, right? So they come in and play the next set of rotations. So they're not taking up all the same little minutes here in the same game. Secondly, Boston is not nearly as big a team as Detroit is, right? Like, part of the reason that Tobias Harris was dominating Derek White is because Derek White's 6'4" and Tobias Harris is 6'8". Right, you just bodied
over the top, baby.
Like, I went back and watched all of Tobias's buckets, and he dominated Derek White, like, just straight up. And Derek White is one of the best defenders in the NBA.
Yeah.
Shout out to Michael Pena, who said he should be the defensive player of the year on the Ringer.
I love that too, and he's, I think, the most shot blockingest guard in the league. I believe.
Yeah, I believe by a considerable amount.
And
speaking of shot blockers, Detroit ranks number 1 in the league, 6.7 per game. Philadelphia second, 6.1. Steals per game. Detroit is number 1, 10.5 a game. OKC is second at 10.2, tied with the Phoenix Suns, also 10.2.
You love to see it. And, I know we were just singing Cade's praises, but that block that Stu had on him,
Oh my Lord.
contender for block of the year so
Oh
far.
my
Woo!
Lord. That was so
Keep
beautiful.
testing him. Keep testing him. Keep learning why he's the guy you don't want to challenge at the rim.
It's insane to think that you can do such a thing. Let's take a look at it. Oh
Boosh.
my Lord, Stu.
Get out of here.
Oh my Lord. You know what? Let's take a second look at that. Cade brings it up. Stu's looking right at it.
Yeah.
My goodness, son. My goodness.
We like that.
I know Cade's an all-star starter. I know he's in the MVP conversation. I know he's putting up crazy numbers. I know he's the leader of this team. This is the year of Stu.
It really is. It's not even his best year shooting it from deep. He's just been a monster. Cade is a 7-footer, by the way. Stu is 6'8", I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Those arms, though, and that timing, he's just so good at it. It's as exhilarating for the team, I think, like as a big dunk or a timely 3-point make. It's so big. And I feel like a lot of them result in Pistons possessions too.
Yeah, the blocks stay in. Pistons get the ball back because they're so big. They like surround. This happens on the buckets too. OG unnamed YouTube user says, "Don't test Stu. You cannot test Stu. Need an old school Batman pow at the peak of the block." Mark, I'll make that for you. Don't even worry about it. I'll get that out. Pretty good.
Love that.
Pretty fun stuff there. Stu's just stomping on people, and like you mentioned, the ball hanging around after it gets blocked. Right? Typically get a lot. Sometimes I feel like we get a block and then they're able to put it back, like on the break. I think that happens a fair share.
Yeah.
But this also happens a lot when we've got guys like Stu or Duren or Asar when they're driving and they take it to the basket. When they miss, one of those other two guys is there to clean it up. Like they're putting it down. They're getting it done. And per the 3-point percentage claims, OKC is 14th in the league, shooting at 36.3. Detroit is 18th, shooting at 35.3. So not even that much different when you're really taking a look at it.
Yeah.
So
does Duncan take half our 3-pointers?
I believe so.
Something like that. Yeah.
He's got to be up there. At least a quarter is my guess. Because they take 32 a game. If Duncan's taking 8, then
he can't miss another game.
No,
he truly can't.
He's too good at shooting the 3. He's just been too good everywhere. Like Duncan Robinson has been everything. I don't mean to besmirch Malik Beasley's name here because Malik was incredible for us last year. Duncan Robinson is a starting quality version of Malik Beasley, which means that he's got improvements to what Malik's game was. Like he drives a little bit better. Like I think his defense is a little bit better. It's not great, but I thought the defense against Boston was like fine. He's not, to me, he's not the same sort of liability. He's very savvy, although he did have that turnover against New Orleans where he was getting grabbed by Queen. And then he just did the look to the side of the ref. I thought it was so funny. And then he just threw it away like crap. If the game mattered, I would have been upset, but like to me, that was very funny in general. But Duncan's killer. He's an incredible player and an incredible asset to this team. I was shocked that he started for us, and I'm happy he is.
Yeah, and it's not a knock on Beasley. I just think they're different players. It helps that Duncan is 6'7", and I think he's also as great as Malik was for the culture. So is Duncan. I remember hearing an interview about how he said to Duren, "You're going to be an all-star this year. I'm going to make sure that happens for you." And I just love that mentorship factor. Just one of our key vets, especially in the absence of Beasley and THJ. Him and Tobias are really, really occupying that presence.
Maybe Karras is too. I don't know. I don't hear too much about it.
Maybe he is too. Maybe he is too.
Let's shout it out for him a little bit.
We don't know that he isn't.
Yeah, I know people are down on Karras. I'm not as down on Karras. I just think that like we brought him in. I do want to say this. I don't even know if people realize how extra mad they can be at Karras because we signed Karras because we couldn't sign Nickeil Alexander-Walker, right? That's what it came down to.
Are they making the same money? Or
it's pretty close.
Oof.
So that Karras was the backup plan. To
No,
and Naw is now being tossed around as like the Pistons trying to target to trade for Naw. Like we could have had this motherfucker. So
it
wild.
makes a lot of sense too. He feels like a Piston. He feels like
does.
he could and maybe should be a Piston.
It's too bad, but like, you know what? Whatever. I still think Karras is playing like kind of fine. Like, yeah, some bad stuff, but like some players have some bad stuff. No big deal. Mark Carey says that J.I. and Stu need to start chucking from 3. Stu, I guess, can shoot a few more from 3. I think he's taken good looks, and like when it feels like he's free to shoot the 3. I don't feel like he's hesitating to shoot it. It just, I think he also believes in himself in the drive and the pass a little bit too, and he's shown that he can do those things. J.I., most of his shots are coming from 3. I
believe half.
That's a good number. I kind of wish he'd shoot more. I know people have talked about, like, with the trade exception, we got to get another shooter on this team. Who's that guy I was telling you about on Atlanta who used to be a Piston? Why am I always blanking on his friggin' name? Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard. If you want Luke Kennard on this team, why? Just ask Ivy to shoot the 3. Ivy's good at the 3. That stroke looks good from beyond. I think
Ivy's a better all-around player than Luke Kennard.
Right. So if you're gonna try to get a shooter with a TPE and it's of the Kennard vein, don't even sweat it. Just have Ivy start shooting more 3s. OG YouTube user, unnamed YouTube user says Pistons were second at points in the paint last I know. You don't need to blow up, I guess, with the 3-point game because Dunks are efficient offense as well. Completely agree. Plus they get the rebounds. They're able to put them back in. They're a great offensive rebounding team. It's nice to have them there. I do think that's a story that hasn't been told all year, is that Pistons have been dominating the paint. Everyone's like, oh, they need to shoot. What about these teams? If they can't hit 3s in the playoffs, they're really going to suffer. I don't know if that's the case because they're not hitting 3-pointers in the regular season and they're not suffering, right? And like teams are still trying to shoot the 3 a whole bunch at this. I know there's the math game and all that, but the math game also has to take into account the percentage of making these 2s, and the Pistons are making the 2s at a high clip.
I hear that, but I do think that better spacing, even a little bit, makes those points in the paint that much easier. Mm-hmm. So the teams can't just pack the paint and we don't know where to go, or we can't kick to someone who's going to be able to knock one down. I want to split the difference because I'm not saying abandon that paint identity, but I do want there to be a guy besides Duncan who is a volume 3-point shooter or can knock it down.
Right.
I will say Tobias was so huge against Boston.
Yes. 3 of 8 against from 3 against Boston. I don't know if he hit a 3 in the game against New Orleans.
I think he went like 2 for 6 or something.
Okay. Yeah. I know he had 10 points in that game. Mm-hmm. Double figures for everybody in that game. And
funny enough, I believe New Orleans is the number 1 point in the paint.
Yeah. They got big boys, right?
Yeah, they do.
They got Zion, they got Queen. Those guys.
Trey's good around the rim.
Trey's great around the rim. So let's make this transition into what everyone's talking about right now. Liking and subscribing to our podcast.
Everyone is talking about that and they won't shut up about it.
Put your notifications on there. Tell a friend. We're at 139. We'd love to get up to 150. We just made this brand new intro for you. We got this hot new track from Doug Luss. Things are picking up. You guys are active in the chat. We love it. Mark Carey says Luke was a hesitant shooter as a Pistons too. Agree. I tried to cut J.I. loose before trading for Kennard. The reason Stu needs to get 1 more 3 per game to spread the floor further with him and JD together. If they're playing more together, I would love it if Stu got up another 3 per game. I don't even care if he gets up a 3 per game. That'd be great to me.
Gosh, there was a crazy lineup. I forget. I think it was against New Orleans. That was like a double big lineup with Danis and I forget who else. I think it was like Danis, Ron. It was a wild lineup, but it was a Sands Cade double big. I can't remember if it was against Boston or New Orleans, but it was wild. And it was cool. It's crazy. I know we say it all the time, but just how we used to dread the double big, and now it's pretty viable, especially on the defensive end.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. If the transition I was trying to make is for us to start talking about trade season, because we really are like 2 weeks away.
I think guess. Exactly, pretty much.
Yeah, 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from the trade deadline. 2 weeks away from Danis's roster eligibility needing to happen, I guess, to become full-time or a full-time player I can't believe I'm blanking on the terms of that already, but not a two-way guy, but like a fully rostered guy at that.
Yeah.
So decisions got to be made. And there are questions about this roster, and there are players that have tradable contracts, and there are people that are saying the Pistons should make a big move. And I don't know where I stand on that. Really, I have ideas about what I like. But Mickey, why don't you kick us off with the big one? What do you think the biggest move the Pistons should or could make is?
I don't know that we've talked a lot. we were really, as you said, gleeking over once, twice, three times a Murphy. And he didn't that game. I don't want to just be a victim to recency bias, but he struggled to put the ball on the floor. And I still think that fit is okay. I still think having someone that can catch and shoot and cut and play at the very worst neutral defense and just be gravity. Like if that would send Duncan to the bench, but is it worth 3 picks? A couple weeks ago, I definitely thought so. Now I'm not so sure. But I do think we need more scoring. I absolutely think that the plan for other teams for the playoffs can't just be shut Cade down. And he's gotten a lot better about passing out of double teams and dealing with all that ball pressure. But we need another scorer, ideally one who can knock down 3-pointers. So I am more in the camp of, and by the way, I think Boston, which felt like a playoff game, that sort of hammered home for me. And we had sort of thought this. I don't think we're trading Tobias Harris. I really don't. Like, just everything we've heard from the front office about what he means to the locker room, the way he's shown up when we need a bucket. I mean, he is a professional scorer. So it's probably at the 2 position, right? I think it's someone else, a backcourt mate who could potentially send Duncan to the bench where he would feast, by the way, in that kind of Malik Beasley role, more versatile defensively. But I'm sort of interested in what can we get, because I want to convert Danis. I think he's earned it. And so the expendable guys for me then sort of become Karras and Ivy, maybe Sasser. How do you feel? Is that sacrilege? Did I just kill some of your darlings?
No, not at all. Because I feel pretty much the same way. You know, I've been watching Trey for a little bit at the end of the season just because you had been glazing him to me, and I was like, I mean, I don't know.
The glaze was crazy.
It's
by the
been-
way.
it's been-
I was high on Trey Murphy, and I still
for
think he's
years.
very good.
For years,
Yeah,
this
for
has
years.
been multiple years that you
It's
felt
true.
this way.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, well, I'll start watching. And I started the stats, and I was like, oh, damn, the stats are like pretty good. Then I watched them play against Denver, and I watched them play against Houston somewhat recently, and I was like, this dude can ball. Like he really puts it up. He had 43 the other night. Like he can score like crazy. And then watching him against Detroit was, I don't want to call it like a wake-up call, but it did give me one red flag. And that red flag is, and granted, he was being guarded by Asar and Myron. And those are
demons.
Yeah.
Demons.
I don't, if you haven't been watching, I mean, everyone already knows Asar Thompson is like first team all D, maybe best perimeter defender in the NBA. I believe on Game Theory, Sam and Bryce had him as the only perimeter defender, only like non-big in their first team all D. So that should say something to you. But Ron Holland defensively has been an absolute friggin' force this year. It's like mind-blowing to watch him. He is all up on you like a cheap suit in the rain. You know, like it's just
clinging to you.
Absolutely. Just damp, getting his hands all in your business, stopping you, getting his chest there. He knows how to throw his head and his hair on those screens too to get those offensive fouls drawn. He's one hell of a defender.
He forces offensive fouls generally too, I would say most games. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's an absolute skill.
He's incredible. So you have these two great physical, handsy defenders up on you all game. You're going to struggle, especially when you're a Slenderman, like he is a Slenderman.
He is.
But he really struggled. That was a tough night for him. But I do think when we're talking about the two on Detroit, how much dribbling is Duncan Robinson doing? Like
not a whole lot.
Like barely any.
No,
right?
He's not really handling. Asar can handle, Duren can handle.
Right.
So it's not you know,
it to me, it wouldn't be a problem. Plus the contract's so good. Like, plus the dunks are there. Everything about his game outside of the physicality to me is important to this team. So like, would I give up Ivy and Harris and 3 firsts? Probably. I would probably think about it, but I'm not going to be upset if it doesn't happen either. Yesterday did make me think about it a little bit, but it's there. OG says big trades probably aren't possible without Tobias contract. That's probably true, especially when you're dealing with teams in the first and second apron. The reason I don't think they're trading Tobias, and you said this as much, but the word that gets tossed around about Tobias all the time, every quote, look on their Instagram page, important. You know how important Tobias is to us. He's so important. He was so important in that Boston game. And I do want to say, if Tobias is on this team next year and he plays in the second unit, he's going to dominate. He's going to absolutely dominate.
I would love to see that. And by the way, that contest on Brown, a lot of people were wondering why Asar wasn't on him. Whether you agree with that decision or not, that was a great contest, and he forced a miss from a guy who feasts on long twos.
Yeah.
Who just takes, I think, more long twos than anybody and makes them at a pretty absurd rate.
And who's hot in that game on top of it. Well, I mean, he shot like above 40, I think, but just like barely. So, it's just I don't think his defense is great. He has been banged up, but I love Tobias, and I hope he stays on the team for a while. And that does make big trades possible. So it wouldn't make the Trey Murphy trade impossible. It really wouldn't for that, because you could, again, do Ivy and Karras, maybe Sasser, because that's 2 Troy Weaver guys, 3 firsts.
Weaver boys.
Yeah. And I'm not saying I want these guys gone by any stretch of the imagination. I believe literally in all of them. I don't think they're going to get rid of Tobias, and I don't really want to get rid of Tobias.
Well, but we're talking about converting Dennis, right? Like,
yeah. And
so you can't play everybody.
You can't play everybody, but there's stuff to do. Yeah, OG he thinks it's possible without the Tobias contract. It just doesn't think that he's getting traded. I think that's likely, but we'll see. I mean, there's enough smoke where at least Trajan has inquired about it. At least there's history about it. Sounds like Pistons inquired about Jaren Jackson Jr. I am not for the JJJ trade, because I do think that would require Tobias.
100% it would.
And
he's getting paid like $50 million next year.
He's getting paid $50 million. I also think it would probably require Ron. And I want to say straight up, I think Ron Holland's defensive ceiling is greater than what the future of Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defensive ceiling is.
Interesting.
Just because Jaren's not a banger. You know what I mean? Like, welcome ampersand with the
respect.
But like, Jaren doesn't get rebounds, right? He doesn't really get in there. He's a great blocker. He's a great defender. I'll give him that. But watching Ron play defense, you're telling me Ron's not going to be a great defender? Like a great wing defender? The dude's sick.
Can you imagine when he starts getting that whistle too?
Yeah.
When he starts getting the great defense, because he does not right now. He gets called for ticky-tack little things all the time that, by the way, Asar used to get whistled for. So it's, yeah.
So imagine having 2 of those guys on your team. That's insane. So I don't want that contract. The 3-point percentage hasn't been that great. Like, he has some years where it's good, some years where it's bad. It's just, I feel like he's been in the league for 8 years. Yes, he's had some great history, but to me, it's not worth giving up the assets and that contract. So he's out. The same reason that I don't think Laurie's getting traded, because I think Utah has a plan. I wouldn't want to pay the price for Laurie at this point either, even though I do have this sick,
look at this
disc, because I play disc golf. If you don't know, Mickey got me an awesome present. Laurie is a big disc golfer. He got me the finisher.
The finisher.
So funny, dude.
Love it. Yeah, I also think the health is a concern, especially when you're paying that kind of price tag. And you could say the same for Trey Murphy, but he's not nearly as expensive as Triple J. But I hear you. I don't think Utah's moving Lowry. They're doing a tank job of their own right now, kind of. They're actually pretty scrappy. They beat us. But
shout out Keontae George. That dude rips.
Yeah, but to that point about how you're probably not making a huge trade without the Tobias contract, I think that's right. And I think neither Harry nor I want to trade Ron Holland.
Right.
So I think it just becomes, what can you get for Karras, Ivy, Sasser ish, and a pick or two? Because the 3 I still think Trey Murphy's a good fit. I think he's a great player. The 3 picks are looking a little pricier now than they did recently to me, but it's interesting. And you saw too, like you said, there's other guys who can handle, but things get a little hairier in the playoffs. And you saw how important Dennis Schroeder was to us. And national
and to this
media
podcast and to our segments as well. Yeah.
exactly. But is it more a combo guard that we need? And are there any sort of more budget friendly consolidation guard moves that we could get? The money is not great, but or it doesn't really line up because he's not making that much money. But just an example of this would be like a Dante DiVincenzo, if they want more depth, could package.
Or if if they were making a bigger trade and they had to move some salary.
Right. So, yeah.
He'd be great. And I'm sure he'd want to beat New York more than anybody. So, that'd be great too.
He's a dog too. I hate playing against him, but I would love him if he was on our team, and he's knocked down.
Yeah. And he's a good defender. Like Dante would be a great Piston. There's no doubt about it. I'd love to get him if he was available. I just think it's going to be tough to get him. I do want to shout out Tim Bontemps tossed out a name on a podcast today or whatever, their stream today. Maybe it was
Hoop Collective.
The Hoop Collective. Thank you. And he tossed out a name that I threw to you months ago. Mickey, really you remember that?
I certainly do. You're ahead of the times.
Ahead of the toms. Ahead of the
yes.
bon
toms.
The guy he tossed out is Kyrie Irving, who would fit like a glove next to Cade Cunningham because he does play defense. He's a great secondary ball handler. He's got championship experience. It worked with Luka. There's no reason it wouldn't work in this unit. The problem there is Dallas is in the second apron. You'd have to exactly match contracts going back and forth. So it makes things very difficult. Right. I'm sure they'd love to get Tobias because of the expiring contract on that. But that would have to be Ivy, Tobias, I think, to make it work. I just don't know if the Pistons would do something like that. And I don't think they would, especially with Kyrie coming back from injury. Like we said, we don't know how players are going to come back from injury.
Those guys also said that I think it was McMahon said that he's part of their long-term plans, or at least their short long-term plans. I mean, he's 33 and he's going to be coming back from ACL there.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but I love the type. I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I don't think they're going to do it, but we threw around like a Harden, James Harden. I know he's well past his best, but a guy like that with gravity who can pass and shoot and facilitate makes a lot of sense. I'm not proposing trading for James Harden. I'm just talking about player types, just to be clear. There's some other names. There's a couple names in Chicago. Or sorry, did you want to hit the chat?
Let's address Mark Carey here. He says a sneaky guy I target is Royce O'Neal, another guy that this podcast has coveted for years. At this point,
3 and D, baby.
Mm-hmm. Backup depth guy, spot up starter at power forward. He's getting old, but if you had to move Tobias and could find a way to snag him, that would be great. I don't think there's any chance Phoenix is giving him up. He's
been so good for them.
Yeah, I feel like Phoenix has several guys that they probably don't want to get rid of.
Grayson, Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Royce, and then who's Jordan Goodwin is another.
Goodwin.
Yeah. So like they've got some great dudes. They're playing so well right now.
The two-way guys who can also hit shots, and that's that was so apparent in the game, and that's what's frustrating. And I think that is a difference between us and OKC a little bit. We have guy who can hit shot. We have 1 to 2 guy. They have guys who can hit shots.
If we get one more, I think we'll be in that conversation. But I
think so too.
But Mark, I do agree that Royce O'Neal's
we love Royce O'Neal. Yeah. That's a great name.
Plus Royce the 5'9", Detroit royalty. Got to get him over here. Shout out to my hip hop heads. And if the team you were bringing up that has some players is Chicago, the Bulls, that boss, who out of those guys do you want to talk about first?
Yeah, they got a couple of 2-3 guys. I wouldn't mind. So there's a couple different ways.
I hear all about him.
We got Ayo Dosunmu. He's been really good. He's crazy efficient season. Like neutral plus defender, would you say?
I'd say like neutral. Yeah, scrappy.
What was the contract issue though? Because we were talking about this off pod.
Yes. So
there's a mess.
I do think Ayo team wise would be an awesome. He's scoring a lot. He's actually scoring the ball better than Kobe White is this season. OG, just as a heads up, like his 3-point percentage is excellent, and his just regular field goal percentage actually. He also never turns the ball over. Like he's fun and he's fast. Like him on the break would be great. In a vacuum, he'd be awesome on this team. The contract situation is he can't get signed for too much by Chicago, so he's leaving Chicago after this season because they can only afford to pay him I think like $9 million or something after that. If he gets traded, it's even worse. It's like when Jake LaRavia went to the Kings and the Kings couldn't re-sign him because of the contract situation, right? I'm going to read what Keith Smith said exactly. Let's see here. He says, it's even more restrictive if a team were to trade for him. They would not be able to offer more than a 3-year extension with 20% raises, since it would have to fall within the extend and trade parameters. So if you get Io, you're not having him next year. You're getting him for this year, and then it's good night, Irene, after that.
Good night, Irene.
But that being said, if Chicago would do like the TPE for him in a couple of seconds, and you don't think you're going to try to get him after the season and you just want him for that run, he would be a great fit.
Yeah. Although that doesn't seem like something that would happen to me. Like, I feel like young guys like that aren't usually placeholders.
Right.
But I like his game. You brought up Kobe White. That's another one where you're sort of betting on him being better than he's been. He's coming back from injury, but he can dribble, pass, shoot. Sort of a combo guard in that ilk. I would say a more comfortable scorer than Ivy, but it feels a little lateral, and he's not a good defender.
The upside is his ball handling is better. Like if there's one thing Ivy hasn't been good at, it's handling the ball this year. And like again, I don't want to knock him because I do think that next year he's going to be significantly better than he is this year. You can re-sign Io as a free agent after the season. I think you just have to do it with cap space.
It's kind of like a handshake deal, you know.
Yeah,
I mean I think Io's more appealing than Kobe for me. But Kobe's cheap. You know, you could do the TP right, but you could do the TPE and get him. And maybe, you know, if you feel like you can insulate your starting 2-guard defensively and you just want a guy who can score, maybe that. But I mean, Io is catching up and he's a 2-way guy. If you just need to pare down your rotation and just have guys you know you can trust, he's a dog.
Yeah. I think between the two, I'd prefer Io. I just don't know if he'd start. So that, to me, that situation is like he's taking over for Ivy or Karras at that point. In which case, if you're using the TPE to get him, what are you doing with those other two dudes? You know?
Yeah.
So I kind of feel the same way about Kobe. Like I would I start him over Duncan? I mean, I don't know, because Duncan's been shooting lights out.
Yeah. But I mean, is Danis your backup point guard then? You know, because earlier you said he was. So I see that, but I think, yeah, it's I know like a little positionless basketball, but we saw just how much Cade benefited from having Schroeder on the floor with him a lot, especially in the postseason. So I think the handling is key, and if that person can knock down shots, even better. I'm
looking into something that OG, unnamed YouTube user, says Pistons won't have the cap space next year. That is the problem. I don't know what their cap is next year. I'm trying to look at. I know Duren's going to get paid. Like there's no doubt about that.
Cade's max kicks in, right?
Yeah, Cade's max kicks in. I don't think they're going to be in that bad a cap space. Oh, but they might be up against like the tax at that point. I don't know. I'd have to look into it, but I'll take your word for it right now. It's something to research. Maybe we'll have a better answer on all of that tomorrow or later, I suppose. But for right now, we're going to go with OG that it could be or is a problem. We'll look into it as of this moment. How about some other dudes, man? Are you interested in other dudes for this trade? Because it sounds like the way to consolidate and make space for guys and to make space for Danis on this team is to trade multiple guys, because they could cut Isaac Jones and just like eat his money. He gets paid, no big deal. They have the cap. I think they have like $50 million in cap space this year.
Isn't Bobby Portis Bobby Klintman technically in that same, or is he a 2-way? I thought he was I thought he takes up an official.
He takes up a spot, I believe. Yeah. Pistons probably going to operate as an over the cap team. I think that's fine because you're over the cap, you're in the tax. Then you have the first apron, and that's where things get tricky. And then you have the second apron, that's where things get like damn near impossible. Which
Gores
is why no one wants to pay anybody.
Yeah. I think he's okay with the tax, but yeah, I mean, I think Clintman and is it Isaac?
Yeah.
I think they're probably waived. You know, those
I mean, you could just eat the money. It really isn't. It isn't a problem that way.
It's not a lot of money, is it?
No. I think for Isaac, it's like 8 million, maybe less.
Is it that much?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's 1 million. I don't know. But like, I shouldn't talk on things I don't know about for here. But I appreciate looking it up. Anyway, they have players they can waive and eat their money, and it's
a mill. It's a 2-year, $2 million situation. Yeah, so
no big deal. Yeah. In that regard, but you still got it. And then what? Then Karras and Ivy go down to like the 13th and 14th men on your team. That kind of seems like a waste, right?
No, it seems like putting our little prediction hats here. There it is. I see it. It's good mime work. Convert Danis. You want to use the TPE because aren't you sort of leaving money on the table if you don't?
Yes.
And then I think a consolidation trade of consolidating Karras and Ivy into one guard that you will play more makes more sense to me. We've talked about Bobby Portis, unless Milwaukee is super interested in just blowing it up. I don't know why they would do that. I think if there's another player they're trying to get rid of, or if there's a player they're trying to get rid of, it would probably be Kuzma. But I like him. I like Bobby Portis.
I think the way, much like the DiVincenzo way, the way that the Pistons will be able to get Bobby Portis in a trade is there's two ways. One, if Milwaukee just wanted to get off of the extra years of his contract, you could swap out Karras, or you could swap out, hey, take a shot in Jaden Ivey, and then you send the TPE as well. So it's like play for that, then you're out for money, no big deal. Or if you were to do it in like a 3-team trade, let's say that Milwaukee wants to get somebody like Zach LaVine, like they've been rumored to be interested in, or Ja Morant, and they have to match that salary, right? So you have to throw in Kuzma and then some other people, and so Bobby could go into that. And then if the other team didn't want Bobby in his multiple years, then you come and be like, hey, we'll take Bobby for the TPE. Shout out to Absence 42. What are your thoughts on Chris Paul? Not saying he's right for Detroit, but he worked well with the young guys in San Antonio. No thank you on Chris Paul for me.
Yeah,
because he wasn't good this year, and it sounded like he was a fucking asshole at his home, at like his home team with the Clippers. Mickey, speak on it.
No, I think the chat's all over it. They have very quickly responded and said he doesn't want to leave LA. He's either going to sign with the Lakers or retire. I agree with everything you just said. Whether he was speaking truth to power in the Clippers organization or he was running his mouth, we've got a nice ecosystem going here. I also want to shout out to OG, unnamed YouTube user, pointed out that historically most TPEs go unused, which I didn't know that.
I do think that's true, but like a thing to consider also about that is that TPEs, it's not like there's a minimum amount of money that a TPE is worth. So you have a TPE for like $1 million. What are you gonna do with it? You know,
right? Whereas like this one's like 14. 15
this,
or something.
This is sizable with the Pistons.
It's not nothing. Yeah,
in a place to make a move to improve their roster. Like,
yeah,
they have multiple incentives to use it. So there is that. DM it for it says Knicks need Chris though. Which Chris? Chris Paul. As we were just talking about CP.
Yeah.
That would be wild if the Knicks got Chris Paul. Honestly,
I don't know about that. They need something. I'll say that. Although, hey,
they stomped really up on it,
walloped the Nets. There's a name that we haven't brought up that everybody's bringing up. Should we talk about it?
Sure.
tell me about this guy that everyone's just gleeking over.
Yeah. So my thoughts, I think, are pretty well documented.
They are.
I don't like him. I don't like his personality. I don't like what he brings to the game all that much. I know he's having like a lights out shooting season this year, and people are gonna be like, he was good in his role in Denver and stuff. The Denver fans that I knew wanted Michael Porter Jr. off the team badly, super badly.
Well, what was their beef with him?
Injuries, lack of like kind of production when you need him to, like not very mobile on defense. He does get defensive rebounds. There's that. That's cool, but he's also like not a power forward, really. Like he's tall, but he's more of like a small forward in that regard, the way he plays. So it's just and like I know people like, oh, people in the locker room will love him. That's kind of what I'm worried about. I don't want anyone to like for what he's got to say. I'm not saying he's like a bad teammate or anything. It's just like,
or a bad player, yeah.
Right. It's not the type of move I'd like to make. I get that theoretically a guy who can shoot the three would be an improvement. I get
and
that.
create. I think that's a knock. I just want to be objective about this because, you know, maybe Trey Murphy, not the greatest creator.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put it on the deck, whereas Michael Porter Jr. has done a nice job of that on a shitty team, on a bad team.
But I'm not too concerned about the creator thing. I think the creator thing is overblown, to be perfectly honest. Like, because, and this is largely because the ball is going to be in Cade's hands 90% of the time. Don't you want him to have it the most of the time? I want him to have it and be able to pass to somebody who's going to hit a shot. So I don't want Michael Porter Jr. I see in the chat, they're like all these Porter Juniors that we can, it was like half a dozen Porter Juniors.
Rage bait. He's rage baiting you there.
I don't want any of these Porter Juniors. Kevin Porter Sr., we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But like
Porter Seniors only.
How do you feel about MPJ?
I agree with you. You said something off pod that I really like. You said, I like to like my guys. And we don't know everything about all of our roster, you know, but there's something right happening in the locker room right now. And in theory, if you trade for Michael Porter Jr., I agree with you about the 4 stuff, but he would start at the 4. And I just don't think that's going to happen with Tobias. I don't think they're going to trade. That would be such a slap in the face.
Yeah.
And even if you could get him without trading to Tobias, I don't think Tobias is going to move to the bench this season.
Great.
So I think it's kind of a mood thing. I get the fit in theory, but context is context. And I don't want him either. This is not a pro Michael Porter Jr. pod. But you know, everybody's drooling. Everybody wants him, but I think it'll be also a smaller move in general.
Yeah.
That happens. But I don't think we should stand pat. I think we need to shake it up a little bit.
If we make a smaller move, I'd be curious to see what it is. And if we don't get Trey Murphy, again, who's the one bigger trade that I would be down with for reasons illustrated. I honestly think my second preference would be that they keep Ivy for the rest of the season and they keep him they keep him as an RFA, because the thing that historically does not happen is RFAs do not get poached, because there's like a week-long waiting period that they have to like make an offer. So having to wait on a player for a week is a long time. So it just doesn't happen as far as all that goes. So negotiating with Ivy, you're either going to get him for like much lower deal than what he wanted coming into it, which could be like a Kuminga thing, or you get him like Grimes on this super cheap deal and you get to see what he has. And like I said, I think he's going to be much better next year. I just do. I think he's going to have a good year next year. So you know, we'll see. And shout out to Absinthe, who also said, what do you think will happen with Kuminga? Mickey, what do you think is going to happen with Kuminga? And Chad, I want to know what you think is going to happen with Kuminga too.
I don't know. But I had my eyes on the Golden State game the other night, and this was the first game after they had lost Jimmy Buckets, and I think he played 5 minutes in the first half, and then they played him a little more. But they came out and they said some stuff. Is it the GM or the owner who?
Mike Dunleavy said.
Mike Dunleavy just clowned him. He said, if you want to demand a trade, there has to be a demand. You got to play the guy if you want him to have any value, because that's pretty petty.
Ether came on the air as he was broadcasting that. It was hard
stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I definitely don't. I know you're not implying like should we go get him or anything, but I don't know. Aren't the Kings
are interested,
reportedly interested in
and
him?
Dallas apparently is interested. I hope
Dallas has all the forwards.
Well, whatever.
They have all the forwards.
I want him to get traded to Dallas for Klay Thompson. I think that'd be best for the fan base in Golden State. you make the most out of the opportunity you have. It actually would help Golden State too, because it gives another 3-point shooters familiar with the system. Like you ain't getting value from him. It just ain't happening. So why not make the most out of what you can with this team right now?
Yeah, no, I get it. Can I bring up a couple other names, trade market wise that I think are interesting?
Into these names and let's get into this game afterward.
Names and games. We're gonna move it along. We've been dilly-dallying a little bit, but it's fun. And if you're having fun, maybe you subscribe, maybe you tell a friend. We got a new intro that Harry cut, featuring a song from Dougie Burns. We're onwards and upwards, 139 subscribers. Last I checked, Doug lost. Tell a friend. But let's go. Miami has a couple guys that I think really fit the mold for us. Tyler Hero or Norm Powell. I think those are guys that would be really good at the two.
You're missing one more player.
Well, I know, but where does he fit
on this team?
Yeah,
he could start at the floor and Tobias could go to the bench.
We like Andrew Wiggins. Cat's out of the bag. We on this. I know that's a controversial name, especially among Pistons fans.
Controversial name for people unfamiliar with his game.
I just said that Tobias probably wasn't going to move to the bench though. But if we got Wiggins, I mean that really makes us tough. If Tobias is a bench for, he would just feast.
Yeah,
but I like Wiggins. I think he can kind of do everything. He's not an all-star, but he's real good. He's had some success this season, and I think he's kind of squashed the chatter that used to exist about him like being a low motor guy.
He was damn near a finals MVP.
Yeah.
Like
and I like good two-way players who can shoot. He's not a sniper, but he's good.
He can shoot the three. He's good defensively, and he's good in transition. Like, what is not to like about people keep calling him old. He's so old. He's still balling.
27?
I think he's
28.
I think he's in his 30s, but
I don't think so.
Regardless, he's legit. OG, we'll get to that name in a second. But let's talk between Norman Powell and Tyler Hero. I think I'd prefer Norm Powell personally out of those two players.
Yeah.
I love Powell's game. I think that dude can just like heat up and go like absolutely nuts. Like watching him tear up Detroit was sick. And also he's been good on multiple teams. Like he showed that it's not like just the system.
He was money for the Clippers.
Yeah.
Money for the Clippers. And they had a lot of injuries and he ended up having a pretty big role for them. Makes sense. And I think he would be cheaper. And it seems like he's hurt less than Tyler Hero. I do think Detroit would love Tyler Hero. And he works next to Cade, but either would be great for me. But I also think they're less likely to trade him.
Yeah. I also think is he that much better than Duncan's been for us? Like,
I think so.
Would it be that much better? Because I don't think the defense would be better.
No, he's not good on defense. Neither is Norm, really, but he's fast. Who's bigger? I guess it comes down to I feel like Duncan's probably bigger than all those guys. Norm's 6'3".
It's pretty small. That'd be a big small drop off for us.
And then Tyler is 6'5". So yeah, but he has played how many games this season? Not a lot. 11
games. I just love Norm's game. I think Norm's awesome. I hope he gets the All-Star game.
3-level scorer, truly, and he just gets you buckets.
Yeah,
quick.
That'd be nice. He'd be nice to have on this team. OG brings up that Bryce mentioned Veet on the last pod. He loves the idea. Then he goes something like 0 for 10 the next game. Yeah, I like Veet too. It's who knows with him. It's something to say. And OG says that Hero and Norm are both great at creating their own shot, which is something the Pistons could use. It'd be awesome. I think they both super fit.
If we got Norm Powell at the deadline, that would be really exciting.
That'd be nuts. It'd be nuts.
Veet is he has a hard time staying in the Hawks rotation.
Yeah.
That's my thing is I don't think we're expecting a big move, but it would be nice if there was a little bit bigger move than that.
It's got to be an upgrade from the players that we have.
It's kind of a consolidation, right? Yeah. Like it's kind of a.
So that's where we are. I mean, these are just players that we can reach out and get, but we also want to know, because we've got this game that we came up, because Mickey and I, we don't just love the Pistons, we love the NBA as a whole. Pistons are
We
our
love
guys.
hoops.
They're our guys, but we love hoops, and we've created a game that we like to call the Non-Pistons Player Crush Rush, where we're going to try to guess who each other's non-Piston player crushes are. And we've got some names. We come with some names here and there. We're only going to do the top four. I know there's more than that. I know there's a good amount more than that we like. I got my list up here right now, but I've got my top four on there. Mickey, would you like to go first or second in the guess? And also, chat, we want to hear your.
Yes, please tell us yours. I know you've been glancing across the league and said, "Ooh, I like that guy.
Daddy,
I like what you
Chuck
do."
Nevitt. So, Mickey, would you like to lead off or be suited?
I'd like to be. I want you to go first because I think you know mine.
I know one.
Than I know yours.
I know one pretty good.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's Derek White. You got to have Derek White on there.
I certainly do.
Yeah, I knew it.
By the way, would be the most amazing fit next to Cade, and I've said it before a bunch, and that's why Harry knows that.
Mm-hmm.
But
he really would be the perfect fit on
3-and-D point guard. I don't even need to say anymore.
Who doesn't turn it over?
Yeah, he does everything. Man, okay, yeah,
he'd be so good. He'd be so good on this team, but he's already on a so good team as it is.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, man. I got 4 names. Can you get any?
Is one of those names Pascal Siakam?
Oh, it's not. He wasn't even on my long list. I do love Pascal.
I am so good. I told you I'm gonna need hints.
I'll give you a hint after. I'll give you a hint after this one. But like so far,
okay. I have another guess. Another guess.
Take another guess.
OG.
OG's not one of mine. I thought OG was going to be one of yours for sure. I like both those players, but they're not guys who I like watch and be like, oh, I just fucking love their game. There's not. They're very good. They're both very good, very talented players. The players that I have on mine, I will say this. I'll say 2 things. There's a trend with all the players on mine, and 2, this is not the trend, but all these players have just a little something extra special that gets me for some reason. But I've glazed all of them at one point or another to you, so I know you can pick it up.
Extra special.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Well, it doesn't mean anything. It just means that there's a little something about them that I like. All right. So I'm up on you 1-0 here right now, which feels pretty good.
I think this might be a sweep.
I don't think so. I feel pretty confident in my top 2. So I actually do want to see if I can figure this one out here before I get on. So how many on your list? Because you had also like honorable mentions, right?
Yeah.
How many total players did you come up with, including the honorable mentions?
8.
8 players. Okay.
Yep.
So you get 4 and 4. I do like that. I also want to know.
Oh, you know what? 7.
7?
Yeah. I'm sorry. It is 8.
Okay. Now you're at 8. Here's what I want to know. I want to know before I guess. Tell me why you thought Pascal was going to be one of mine.
I thought I've heard you glaze him in the past. And also we were talking off pod and you said that one of them was a borderline all-star.
I did say that
this year. And I just thought, I guess Pascal's like probably not even a borderline all-star.
He is a borderline all-star.
I mean,
he's definitely a borderline all-star. And I have said great stuff about him. He would truly, if he were to
be an amazing fit.
That'd be it. He'd get another championship. It'd be over. I don't even know how we'd be talking at this point. But like, I'm just preparing a little graphic here because I'm pretty positive that I got your number 2 in the book. I don't want to be able to get it out on time as it is. Was OG one of yours? Not that I'm guessing him or anything.
He's not.
Okay, he's not. But
Nick.
You do. Yeah, no, I couldn't do a Nick either. There's a spoiler right there. No Nick for me as well. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and export.
Although I also really like Deuce. He's not one of my guys, but I do like Deuce.
All right, hold on. I gotta minimize this real quick. File. Watching the OGs watching the Motor City Cruise, and Isaac Jones just had a crazy putback dunk. Isaac, I was unfamiliar with your game. I'm not gonna lie, I like hearing that.
Love that.
Wow.
And I love that you're watching the Motor City Cruise. Respect.
That's also pretty sick.
That's awesome.
I'm curious why this isn't popping up for me. Whatever. I'll get this graphic here in a second. But my second one, my guess for you is Jaden McDaniels. Is that
yeah. Maybe the biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and these really are the top two. And there is a trend here. Obviously, these are
don't tell me what the trend is.
Well,
I don't want to know that trend.
I'm not saying they all follow that trend, but I'm saying amongst those two, these are great two-way players.
I gotcha. I see. That's I can tell you that's a trend among mine as well. I'll say that.
I'm in trouble, man.
You can name some.
I'm already down 2-0. Uh-oh. Did we lose everything?
No, you just lost the thing.
Okay.
I'm trying to handle this, but it's like not going all that great for me at the moment.
Should I guess?
Yeah, because here we go. Finally got this thing to work.
You got McDaniels, McD. Yeah,
I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Yeah. Do I guess?
Yeah, go ahead, guess. Take your guess.
LaMelo Ball. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Is Caruso one of yours?
Ooh, no, but that's a really good guess. That's a really good guess.
Why? Why is it a good guess? That's been over 3.
Yeah, that's true. But you're in the vein of player I like, so there is that.
I'm so cooked.
Why can't I grab you here? Oh, because that's locked.
Chat, help me guess Harry's favorite player, his non-Pistons crushes.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to make this bigger. I don't know why it's. Oh, you're so crappy. Whatever. It's fine. I don't care about the graphics all that much. Get back up there. Get back on there, graphics. All right, I'm gonna guess mine just so we can keep this going here.
You're gonna guess you mean reveal one?
No,
you're gonna guess one of mine.
I'm gonna guess one for you. I like the Caruso guess, but I do feel like you ain't been listening to me, man. Do you listen when I talk to you?
What was that?
You ain't. Yeah. That's a pretty good bit.
No, I feel like I'm letting you down. There's like a newlywed game component to this, and I think I'm a bad partner.
No. You're a great partner. You're truly, dude. I'll say this on air. You're one of my best friends. You're up there. You're in my MySpace top 4, not even 8. Just top 4.
That's not even a thing.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
OG, I'm so old. I use the MySpace reference. He says that they're putting some MCC Motor City Cruise games on FanDuel. He's so old, he still has cable. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So do I.
That's awesome.
That's the way to go. So, all right, on to my next guess for you. Who do I got? Is Andrew Nembhard one?
Honorable mention.
Oh, Ani Mensch. I knew it would be in there. I didn't think I was going to sweep here, but it was there. It was up in that area. You want to get a guess on mine here?
I guess. Bam.
No, but he's definitely an honorable mention. He's an honorable mention. Wild, dude. Now I'm a little bit frustrated with you for not getting at least.
I told you this was going to happen. I told you this was going to happen. I'm struggling.
All right, so you're at what, 3 strikes already?
Yeah, I have not guessed a single one. I told you this would happen.
Damn, son.
I need help. I just got to be better. That's my problem.
Be better. All right, I'm gonna take a picture because I think I'm gonna get this one right before you're gonna get a chance to even tell me if I'm right or wrong here. But I'm gonna say it. I'll say it now anyway. How about PJ Washington?
No. I think he's I think he would be a good Piston, but he's not really one of my Player Crushes.
Oh, wow. Wild.
I'm so glad you finally missed one. I'm so glad. I'm actively rooting against you.
Damn, dude. All right. I saved it preemptively too. I was like, I'll get this image in there, but apparently not. All right. Take a guess.
I don't even have any good idea. Is Gnaw one of yours?
No.
Dude, Gnaw.
He is good. Is he one of yours?
No.
Okay. I thought he was on my honorable mentions for you that I thought you were gonna get. But okay, so no Gnaw for neither of us. No Naughty by Nature.
Oh shit, I know one for you.
You know
I think.
all for me.
You know what? I know one.
Can I get one for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Tari Eason?
No.
Oh, god damn. Okay, this is
good.
harder.
This is good. Thank God. Wait, I have time to come back here.
Okay.
This is going to be like the Cavs against the Warriors. Babe. We're coming back.
I'm feeling bad.
Am I down 2-0 or 3-0? I lost. I don't have the graphics anymore.
Oh, sorry. I can pull that back up for you here.
It's okay. I don't want you're doing a lot, and I'm obviously
not doing enough.
I'm contributing.
It's
not doing
2-0.
nearly enough. 2-0. Okay. I think I got one.
Okay, who you got?
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. Jimmy Buckets.
Yes.
He was my all-star.
Yes. We're on the board, baby.
Get him up there.
Yes.
Shout out to Jimmy. His career might be over. He just tore his ACL at 36 years old, or how old he is. I love Jimmy Butler. I wanted him on this team for the last couple of years. I thought it would have been great. I don't think it would have helped the problems, but like the Pistons went with that identity, right? Like that he is everything the Pistons are embodying.
You were talking about getting him for a while.
Yeah.
You were interested in the Jimmy Buckets experience.
I do think that it would have made a difference on this team. I think it would have been killer. And I'm sorry it didn't happen, but at the same time, tough luck, tough stuff. Yeah. The dude is down. Well, good for you getting on the board here. And
oh my God, that was really rough for a second. I still might be cooked, but I'm glad to be. We're in the conversation.
So he's the one that I thought you were maybe gonna get. I didn't think you were definitely gonna get him.
So there's some really obvious ones that I'm just.
There are two that I cannot believe you haven't said. So now it's on to me. Man, is Peyton Watson one of your player crushes? Yes. Okay, Peyton.
More
Watson.
Recent crush. More recent. He's the new guy on the block. Yeah, I like Peyton Watson a lot. Spoiler alert, chat, I want to go get him next year. He's a restricted free agent, and Denver is expensive, and they're not going to get rid of Aaron Gordon, right?
No, but it's they said they want to keep him though. They've already said they want to keep him.
Yeah, but how much money are they going to offer him?
I truly have no idea how they're going to get this guy. It kind of blows my mind. OG said he didn't listen to the rules very well. Does Bam qualify? Bam would qualify. I
guessed him.
He just wasn't one. He's very close, but he ain't one of them.
What do you mean he's close?
I love him.
Oh, you like him. I like him. Yeah.
He's a guy I dig. He's a guy I'm all about. Tell us what you like about Peyton Watson so much while I'm getting his picture up here.
I just feel like he can do a little bit of everything. And again, I'm a sucker for a two-way guy. And I love seeing a breakout. You know, he's not a guy that got a lot of run. And with the Aaron Gordon injury, his breakout has been really fun to watch. And they just keep pulling guys out of nowhere. Spencer Jones has emerged, but I just think Peyton, I didn't know he had offense like that. I guess I thought he was kind of like a Jaden McDaniels type, but his ball skills are crazy. And he's breaking down defenses. I think he would be a really good 4. OG, maybe that's one of them. I don't think so.
You don't think so? I don't know who you're talking about here.
He says in the chat he thought maybe Andrew Wiggins was one of yours. I don't think that's.
Are you gonna guess it, or are you not?
I'm not guessing that. I'm not guessing that. Is it my? It's okay. So you've got 3 on me.
It's your turn.
You got 3 to.
It is your turn.
I'm looking at lists of players. That's how cooking I am. I'm just looking at players.
Boom! There he is.
Boom! There he is. Oh. Is Drew Holiday one of yours?
No, but he is definitely number 5. He was number 5 on my list.
Honorable mention. Damn it!
Yeah. Damn it! Sure, it was. For sure it was. Mickey, I'm going to help you out here. I know you didn't phone a
Please.
friend. I know you didn't phone a friend, but OG did get it. Wiggins was my number one. On
No
this list.
shit, OG,
Yeah.
you know Harry better than I do. I didn't realize that you had that big of a player crush on him.
Dude, I love Wiggins. I absolutely love I loved him when he came out of the draft. I thought
Wow,
Minnesota was
OG,
going to be balling with
you're
him.
a better-
I thought Cleveland was crazy for trading Kyrie for or not Kevin Love for him, but like when Golden State got it, I was like, this is what's up. I love Andrew Wiggins. I love that he's a family man. I love that he's a private guy. I'm all about Wiggins. Wiggins is a good dude.
Okay.
And we already went over it. The dude can stretch. He can run transition. He hits he plays defense like a madman.
Yeah.
He has, if you're unfamiliar with Andrew Wiggins dunks in the playoffs, go look at some of Andrew Wiggins' Golden State playoffs dunks. They are some of the most thunderous, offensive dunks I've ever seen in my life. It's awesome.
Is that what you meant when you said something extra?
Yeah.
Is the dunk okay?
And you know Jimmy's got a little stank to his game, a little trash talk to his game, a little emo to his game as well.
Yeah.
All right. So
thank you, OG, for helping fill in the brain. I didn't know he liked him like that. I didn't know he was crushing on him like that. But
it's like that. It's like that.
It's like that.
I got a Canadian thing.
Y'all. Okay, that's interesting.
I like maple syrup. It's not an illusion. I don't have Jamal Murray on here. I told you I only did one.
You did
only one All-Star. No SGA on here as well. All right. So where am I going to be in this? Oh God. I only have two names left, really. I'm going to see if this is number 4. Is number 4 Anthony Black?
No, but I do really like Anthony
Black.
He wasn't even in my honorable mentions, but I like the season that he's been having. He's really good.
Okay. I feel that.
Wait, so you only Jimmy Buckets is your only guy who's like ever been an All-Star?
I think Wiggins has been an All-Star, right?
I don't know, but there are no more.
No more.
I'm not gonna get these. I don't think
one you have to get. You have to get one.
Have we talked about him today already?
Not today.
Okay,
that's a hint.
Fuck. Oh my god. I'm struggling, man. I'm really struggling. Can I have a hint?
You want a hint?
I want a hint so bad.
You want a hint on the obvious one?
Not necessarily. I'll take a hint on any of them.
And OG's right. Murray hasn't been an All-Star. That's going to change this year.
He's like isn't he like the best player who's never been an All-Star? Basically?
Right now he is, but that's not going to happen. Maybe Tobias Harris historically will be the best player. It doesn't have an All-Star, but
that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Yeah.
I do think I would be shocked if Murray doesn't get an All-Star nod this year. He's been so good. Okay. What was the question you were asking before?
I wanted a hint. I wanted a hint on. It doesn't have to be on the most obvious one that I really should have got. It can be. I'll take anything. I'm so cooked. I need an unnamed YouTube user to help me out here.
Okay. What? Both these guys play on very disappointing teams this year.
Okay. Damn it. Jared Allen?
No, it is not Jared Allen.
Shit.
Damn, man.
I really I told you I was going to be bad at this.
OG, is that for me or for Mickey? Your most recent guess? Because I want to use
for Harry. Oh, that's probably.
Here's what I want to give to you, Tyus Jones.
You're guessing that?
Yeah, for you.
No, not Tyus Jones.
Okay, not Tyus Jones. Okay, this year, maybe last year I could have asked you about it, but not this year. Hey Joe, baby, would you miss the entire episode, son? For me, his guess is Franz. I'm gonna tell you straight up, it's not Franz. I respect Franz's game. I don't like Franz's game all that much.
Oh, I think I know one, but
it's your guess.
Keegan Murray.
No,
dude, I'm so cooked.
He'd be one for you, I think. But
He's not.
oh man, is Grayson Allen one for you?
No.
Was he even an honorable mention?
No, he wasn't. I just because I think they'd be good on the Pistons doesn't mean that I listed them.
Okay, OG says Portis and Noyejo Baby says Alex Sarr. I do like both those players, but they're not in my top 4 Pistons.
I also don't know that the like you would call the Wizards disappointing. They're just bad.
Yeah.
I think Harry means someone who's underperforming, which is why they guessed Franz. I don't think I'm
going to give you another hint.
Okay.
At least one of the teams you mentioned contains one of the players that I mentioned.
At least one of the teams I mentioned?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, you mean like of the players that I mentioned?
Yes. And Hey Joe Baby, yes. And you're also posting your non-Pistons player crushes.
Non-All-Star? These are all non-All-Stars.
Non-All-Star. Correct. And OG wants to know if I'm a John Collins guy. Yeah. We were clamoring for John Collins in the offseason. We both wanted John Collins on this team because he's cheap and he hits the three. Look what he did to the Pistons. Like, that's the reason the Pistons lost that game against the Clippers, was because John Collins showed up.
Oh, shit. Malik Monk?
No.
Jesus Christ,
dude. Oh my God, dude.
Jesus Christ.
This is unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable that you're not able to get that. But whatever. We'll get there. We will get there. I
don't know that we will. I don't know that we will.
Is your number 4 Trey Jones?
No, it's not.
Ah! All right. We got to go rapid fire right here. Back and forth on it.
I'm just trying to like.
Also, we agreed that Trey Murphy's not in either of ours, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, cool.
So it's either on the Magic or the Magic, the Kings, or the Cavs. But I'm like, hasn't Evan Mobley been an All-Star? Has he not? I'll guess Mobley.
No, and I don't even like him.
I'm just like grasping at this point. This is so sad.
I'm in trouble now too here.
Well, good. I'm glad that at least the
Mickey,
because Donovan Mitchell is an All-Star.
Yes,
like the big time perennial All-Star.
Hey Joe Baby wants to know if your last one is a combo guard. I need a hint here. Give me a hint.
My last one?
Yeah, answer that question.
Kind of leaning more towards one or the other. I would say they lean more towards one or the other.
So my two, neither one of mine are big.
Neither one of yours are bigs.
Neither one of mine are a big. Let's see here. So now I got to look at who yours might be. Leaning more one than the other.
Is either more like a point guard or a shooting guard.
And you have no All-Stars, right?
No.
Okay.
Not in this. In my honorable mentions I do, but not in this.
Oh, God, who could it be? Who could it be? Steph Castle?
No.
Drag.
Dude, there's no way yours is like I know you like wanted to get Keon Ellis, but I'm not guessing Keon Ellis. There's no way.
It's Keon Ellis.
No fucking way, dude.
Keon Ellis. How do you not know? I love Keon Ellis's game.
Dude. I know you. Okay. He just hasn't played that much.
So what? It's not like this is his first year in the league.
Okay.
It's not like my crush this year. I have a heart that goes back decades, son.
I know, and you're a low key Kings fan, so I should have Keon Ellis.
And On the Low Beam Boy is for sure up there. Yeah, we guessed OG. Na's not one of them. Mickey's Io one of yours? I don't think Io is one of yours because
he's not.
So
no,
not one of my. Even though we did talk, if you want to go back and listen to us wax poetic by Io, we did do that. OG wants to know, and Io is one of his crushes as well. Well, maybe he'll be on this team. I've been operating on the assumption that Harry guessed Devin Booker. No, we're not doing All-Star.
We're not.
We're trying to stay away from All-Stars for the most part.
This is so bad, dude.
Although Jimmy Buckets is on there. Man, I truly am struggling.
That
with
is so good to hear. I love that. I love that you're struggling.
a combo.
Well, I said leaning more towards either shooting guard or point guard.
Or point guard, right?
But I wouldn't say they're not a combo. What even is a combo guard?
God,
You know, it's like
bro.
an existential conversation.
I'm like looking at all the teams. I'm like, I don't even know who you should like. I don't know who you would like, because I know it's not Ja.
It's not Ja. That's an all-star.
Is it Dante?
It's not Dante.
Okay, no Dante.
Honorable mention. Honorable mention.
For sure, both ways. Okay.
Is one of yours? Is this last player on a very good team?
No.
Okay. Shit.
I will give you one more hint.
Okay.
You have been guessing players from said team or player. I can't remember if you've guessed multiple players or not. The combo guard is a superstar that failed. Joe Baby, that's hilarious.
Not a big, you said.
Not a big.
It's not Max Strus.
It's Max Strus.
Woo! The Strus is loose, baby.
Oh,
the
man.
Strus is loose.
Talk about comeback. I mean, look at that
Well,
hair.
I mean, kind of. I had help.
No, but yeah, those are my guys. Those are my big guys. Honorable mentions: Herb Jones, AJ Mitchell, Drew Holiday, Bobby Portis, Norm Powell.
Was Cason Wallace one of your honorable mentions? Did you
No,
say?
was
AJ Mitchell is really good.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't one of mine either.
Who is your last man?
You don't want to guess?
Here, because Hey Joe Baby and because OG are both participating. It's not Jalen Johnson. I know it's not Jalen Johnson.
It's not Jalen Johnson. I thought about guessing J. Joe for you as well. But no, it's not.
I don't like him that much. Like, I know he's good, but I know part of the reason I don't like him that much is because everybody fucking loves him so much. It's like when
the glaze is crazy, bro.
Yeah, when my older brother liked Nirvana when I was young, I was like, "Fuck Nirvana." In reality, Nirvana is very good, but I just couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
So on the spectrum of players to crush, Harry was clearly on the crush end with that one. I don't know. I don't know. I think Mickey's are great. I like all these guys, and you do have a type. Okay, so give me one hint for yours. Just one little hint.
Having a very good year.
Max hasn't played, so that one was a little unfair. It didn't have to be this year.
It's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, Keon Ellis has barely played.
Yeah.
It's not Suggs.
Jalen Suggs?
It's not Suggs.
Although Mickey
Black was a good guess, and that was a really good guess.
Can we talk a little bit about Jalen Suggs and Anthony Black?
I like defensive guards. I like defensive guards, clearly, and just defensive players. But yeah, do you want to talk about Suggs real quick?
Yeah, so I pitched this question to Mickey because Anthony Black is about to get paid a pretty good amount of money on an already very expensive Orlando team. I asked Mickey, would he consider trading for Jalen Suggs to be the starting two guard next to Cade Cunningham? Jalen Suggs has a very affordable descending contract coming up. He's a defensive menace. He can really pass. He came out the same year as Cade Cunningham did, same draft. Mickey's response, as you saw, was tell Mickey. No chance.
No, I would not. No, I would not. And my reasons, which I'm sort of pulling up, I just want to be able to talk about that. Mainly, it's injuries.
Mainly injuries.
Mainly it's injuries, and also the shooting. He's had, I think, one good 3-point shooting season. I would rather have a worse defender at the two who is a knockdown guy. I'm not saying I don't like Jalen Suggs, but I just don't think he fit. I think it would clog our shit even more.
Hey, Joe Baby says on the spectrum of player to crush, Suggs would clearly be on the player side because that man is not that attractive.
Doesn't he date?
Not the attractive kind of ball.
Didn't he date, what's her name? Didn't he date the WNBA player now? I thought he was... I mean, this isn't exactly what we mean when we say player crush.
Yeah.
we're not like, would I give him a smooch? Like, that's not exactly the.
All right. Hey Joe Baby also says it breaks my heart that Anthony Black is having a better year than Asar. Here's what I'm going to say, and if you're listening to this podcast and you are frustrated with the year that Asar is having, Asar Thompson is having a not as good or not as big a leap offensive year as most people would like. Anthony Black is having a better offensive scoring the basketball year than Asar Thompson is. Asar Thompson is having an all defense year this year. The Pistons are the number one defense in the league for the last 2 months. The number 2 defense
Massive part
in the league. He is the best defender on this team. The top 3 teams in the NBA have the top 3 defenses in the NBA. So when we're talking about how valuable is a player, how good is a player, Asar's defense, just because you're not seeing the points translated, does not mean he's not having a good year. He is still an absolute fucking baller.
Hey, Joe, baby. Well, I didn't think it was that kind of crush until Harry looked at Max Sturz. He's a dreamy guy. Look, maybe it can be both. It can be both.
Yeah.
But no, that's yeah. I hear you. We're very pro Asar, even though you want him to be, more involved in the offense. Like, he's just so integral to what we do, and there's still so much room to grow.
Defense is too important. Defense is too important. There's almost no one who can do defensively what he does. There are a lot of guys who can do offensively what Anthony Black can do. Like, the reason that guys who can only play offense, I'm not saying Anthony Black can only play offense. He's a great two-way player. I think he's a great player. He's not all defense. He's definitely not all defense first team. It's just a different sort of situation. And when I see Asar's name get like tossed into these trades for like a guy who'll be like a secondary offensive creator for this team, I just think it's crazy. I think it's absolutely crazy. And the second thing that I think is crazy about that is the money is going to be way more expensive for like a secondary offensive creator than it is for Asar, who's arguably the best perimeter defender in the league.
So my last player is a defensive-minded guard who is a very skilled scorer, and he's got pretty eyes. How's that?
Pretty eyes? Is it Kelly Oubre?
No, it's not. Oh, he is really pretty. I mean, he's not a defensive-minded guard.
Pretty eyes.
He's also a wing. I was just kind of joking about the Hey Joe Baby. Don't think too hard about that. But defensive-minded guard who, I mean, maybe he's not as known. I mean, he is known for that, but he's just had a very efficient season, like wildly efficient. We didn't bring him up in trade talks because I just don't think this team would even consider trading him.
Man, I really don't know.
Everybody goes for Kelly Oubre with the pretty eyes. I think I may have taken you down the wrong path with that.
And also, OG, yeah, I get that Anthony Black is a big plus on defense. It's just not to the level that Asar is. I personally don't think. So that's essentially where I stand on the whole thing. Dog, we did just jinx. So do I owe you a Coke or do you owe me a Coke? Who knows? A guy who's scoring lights out defensive. Is it Dylan Brooks?
No, it's not.
Okay.
He's not even an honorable mention.
You were talking.
Do you want, I will say Western Conference.
Western Conference. All right, OG, you want to guess? You want to guess for Mickey here? Because I'm losing it.
I think
we both know he's hot. We both know he's S tier. That's what we. That's what
we had Lindsay come on and rank NBA players. He was dreamy.
He was his tier. He was the top tier.
Team all dreamy. Yeah. Younger player, Western Conference.
I'm just looking through. I'm like trying to figure out.
He's starting this season. Former Laker.
Bro, I don't know. You're just gonna have to tell me.
Really more two guard. It's Max Christie.
Max Christie. Gosh darn.
And I feel like I should have known a good amount.
I should have known.
I have talked about him.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh man. But I like honestly fluked into half of mine. I was like, it's not Keon Ellis. And you're like, it's Keon Ellis.
It's Keon Ellis, yeah. But yeah, Max
Mr.
Christie.
TPE.
Max Christie's really good. He's balling. Like,
they're not trading him.
Yeah.
Like, he's a perfect guy to have with, and he is like
with
kind of a
anybody.
guard,
He's a
but
perfect guy to have with
I think
literally
he's more of
anybody.
a 2 guard, right? Like, he's
Yeah.
more of a shooting guard.
He's a 2.
But he's a good defender. He's pesky, and he is like upward. He's like 55, 45, something. Like, it's crazy the season he's having.
I'm not gonna disparage him by not having his image up on here.
Yeah, tell me if you think his eyes are pretty.
I mean, I don't know about that.
Maybe
I
threw you off the trail.
If you do, that's cool. But I mean, some people might.
They're
I don't know.
They're fine.
And I'm not.
He has kind eyes. He has kind eyes.
He does have kind eyes. I'll say that for him.
Yeah.
I'll give him the kind eyes. Not gonna...
Chat, let us know in the chat if you think Max Christie has kind eyes.
Yeah, and also OG and Hey Joe Baby. I want to hear who yours are. We got to hear who you.
Yeah, who's everyone else's Pistons crushes or non-Piston crushes?
Dallas is seeing the shooting potential and saying, "Damn, if you can shoot like that, why not take 10?" That is right, Hey Joe. That is right. Okay, let's get him saved.
These are fun players. These are fun, and I love that you have a DePaul Blue Demon up there. You got a Max Strus, former DePaul. You got a former first overall pick. We got Jimmy Buckets, Keon Ellis, untapped potential. I just haven't watched a ton of, because I know you've talked about him, but I guess I didn't realize you'd like watched his game so much.
Keon Ellis?
Yeah. I mean, you are
Bean Boy, dude.
Quasi Kings fan. Kings fan. It's his B team.
My Beam team.
His Beam team. Beam Boy. Beam Boy. Damn, man, this was hard. This was fun though.
This was way harder than I thought it was.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be hard. I knew
rush you, and I lost.
But it was. I don't know. I don't feel great about this victory. I didn't feel confident going to this.
Well, you did it. All right, let's get this up here, and then everyone's going to tell us if he's got pretty eyes or not. Boom. I mean, those look. I don't know.
Beauty is subjective. You know.
Hey Joe Baby says, "Am I cutting out pretty privilege?" No.
I don't
know. But after you give us yours, give us your top 4. I want your top 4 non-Pistons crushes, and then we're gonna get up on out of here.
Yes.
Book, probably. You are Michigan. OG is for sure Michigan. Book is one of his guys. I get it. Book's great.
Yeah, he's really good.
Makes a lot of money.
Like a disgusting amount. Like a buyout amount of money. Like what do you like? Sun for life kind of money.
You can make
but I mean, what they're doing is really cool. It's sweet that they have like rangy 3-and-D scrappy guys who can kind of do everything.
Plus, I love Gillespie. Gillespie's so fun.
Me too. And I really like the season Brooks is having.
Yeah, that's why I thought he might be one of yours, because you've texted me a couple times. You're like,
yeah,
I think
Nemhard was an honorable mention. Dante was an honorable mention, and like sort of also Halliburton and Kyrie are honorable mentions as well.
I guess I can see that.
They're honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
They're not my picks. Book for OG. Hey Joe Baby still withholding the crush. That's fine.
Come on, Joe Baby.
You don't gotta tell. It's a secret. It's a secret.
It's a secret crush.
I respect that.
He's like, you gotta wait till the 14th of February before I let you.
Yeah, not telling.
All right. If that's the case, we're gonna get out of here. We've been on the show for an hour and 50 minutes. Like,
that's it might be a record. That might be up there. But it was fun. We've
been going at it. It's been a good time. We appreciate you guys being here with us and participating in the chat and everything. Jaden McDaniels, you and Mickey both. Everybody loves him.
Such a Piston, such a Piston waiting to happen.
Great contract too. Ooh, Hey Joe Baby goes, I reckon I go non-all-stars. I go Io. Cedric Howard is so good. AJ Mitchell, been having a year. Wanted him in the draft. I really liked him coming into the NBA. And Khalil Ware, that's
Stretch
a good
big.
one.
Yeah.
Those are good. Those are good. These are good players.
Good
and
ones.
you maybe, who knows? Maybe we get lucky. Maybe some of our crushes get on here. Also, pretty privilege in a nutshell is why Killian Hayes had so many fans.
Handsome lad. He's a handsome.
Cherchez La Hayes.
What's the name of the Cavaliers farm team, the G League team?
I don't know, man. I know people are still watching him, and I know Mark Carey, who was in the chat here. I know that Mark. God, who was it on? On maybe it was Mark. On Blue Sky was posting that they were at the game, watching him play. But even as a Frenchman myself, Killian Hayes has never been my guy. I did feel compelled to defend him, but that was tough. Need a bench pick. Tristan da Silva. I love Tristan da Silva. I think he'd be great as a Piston. I just think he's a good player.
I haven't watched enough Tristan da Silva to really know.
So when he came out of Colorado the same year that Cody Williams did, and I was watching because Cody Williams is being talked about as like a Pistons potential draft pick, and I was watching Colorado play, and I was like, this Tristan da Silva dude is the better player, right? He's the better one. They had another guy too, Simpson, I think. Simpson's another player that ended up getting drafted out of Colorado. That Colorado team was fun. Cleveland Charge is the name of that team.
Yes.
But y'all, thank you so much for being here with us. Killian still can't get in the lanes and finish. He has no NBA potential. That's over. The NBA thing is over. Yeah. The dream is dead. But he had some time here. He did some stuff, but like it, whatever. Mental thing. No big deal. No hate. No love lost. When people were calling for Connect 4 in the draft, I was like, if you're gonna pick an old guy later, just take Tristan da Silva. I was calling for Connect, and I was so wrong because we got Ron over in the draft, and I love it. Thank God for Trajan. Thank you for all you. Thank Horse. Praise Horse. Praise Horse.
Praise Horse.
Praise Horse. Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. You guys are all so great. Such wonderful appreciators. Getting us up to 141, moving up in the subs department. You love to see it. Really like getting there. And we'll be back. We're actually gonna be back for a quick show on Saturday. We got a special guest. We will be talking to a Kings fan, a writer, Whitney Rawls. She's got a lot to say about Malik Monk and a lot to say about Keon Ellis. So I'm pumped to get her on. She's great, very funny. Mickey, you got anything to say before we close on out of here?
I don't. Thanks so much for being here. Are we able to play the song at the end for them or not?
I can't get it going.
All right, well, tune in on Saturday because if you missed it, we got a brand new intro with an original song. Harry cut together a beautiful intro, and it's legit. Mm-hmm. It's legit. You guys are you're making us go that extra mile.
Oh yeah. And if you're listening on the podcast, then you will hear the song. But if you're watching live, you can't. If you want to see it, just go to the front of the podcast and watch it again. It was a good time. But we leave the show as we always do, and that is by saying the acronym aloud, because that's what a horse would sound like if they talked anyway for Word of the Blazing Horse. So I've been Harry.
And I'm Mickey.